Hello my beautiful bitterroots, welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to do a react video on Amberlynn's medical diagnosis. And looks like she's doing a mukbang, but it looks like she has some healthy stuff. So she's got red delicious apple, which is like the highest concentration of sugar, which is the least healthy of the apples in the apple realm. Rice cakes that looks like they're sweet ones, so that they've got sugar on them. Tuna and celery sticks and pickles. So, I mean, this looks like a good meal to me. That's something that I would eat, except for I would change out the apple to have a different apple that didn't have as high a concentration of sugar. But, I mean, it's better than her eating a Snickers bar. So, I mean, priorities. Sorry if I've been MIA. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff in my personal life, and when I'm ready to share, I will try to share without crying through it. I'm just not ready as of yet to, fully share. There's been a few of my subscribers that have messaged me because they are worried and, that kind of stuff. So I have told them. But they're also, some of my people that have been, very present in, and not just my channel, but very present to, check in here and there and be like, hey, how's your day going? I've been thinking about you. And I just really, really, really appreciate you guys. You know who you are. You guys are my favorite peeps. Or I should do the Korean heart thing. I learned this when I hosted my Korea Girl 3 years ago or something like that. And now I guess everywhere they do this little heart thing. But I appreciate you guys so much. Love you guys. And let's just get into this diagnosis, see what she tells us. Amberlynn tends to be very filled with drama, so we'll see how bad it is. And we'll go from there, I guess. So let's just get this started since I'm 5 minutes into this. I am going to have to do a lot of cutting out.
Hey guys, so welcome to a new mukbang. So I'm a little shaken up. I got a phone call before I sat down. I had all my phone on my phone. Oh, sorry, like I said, I'm a little I had all my food.
Okay, so the way that she's presenting this is like it's going to be some massive diagnosis. So
obviously we have an apple.
No, I had no idea. That looks like an orange to me.
If you guys ever feel like something's wrong within your body, keep fighting for that.
I agree with that
because
statement.
A lot of doctors kind of bypass certain situations.
And I'm going to skip through all of her silence and her eating because I am about the mukbang life.
But you guys know, I've been through my fair share of doctors, and none of them seem to take me as seriously as I would like. And I feel like when you have a doctor, you see someone, you should have you should feel safe when you're in their care. I mentioned that I went to the doctor.
Okay, here we go.
I think it's been twice in the last 2 weeks. I've been debating back and forth if I want to sit here and talk about my health.
And of course, she's going to tell everybody what her illness is. She's going to feign not telling because that's what she always does, but then she always ends up telling us what's going on anyway. So,
I want people to know what's going on with me. And then I have moments where I'm like, but do I want everyone to know? For drinkage today, sparkling water.
That's not sparkling water. That is basically glorified soda. Diet soda. That's all that is. It's just glorified diet soda. That ain't sparkling water. Just an FYI. There's food coloring in there. There's artificial sweeteners in there. That's like one of the worst things to be drinking. So if you need to have a bubbly water, drink a LaCroix. That's what I considered bubbly water. That? No. No. That's glorified soda pop. You're welcome.
I got rid of my bladder infection for a little bit. It's back. Hi.
That tells me she's not drinking her water like she should. Just saying.
I'm in a lot of pain majority of the time. Okay.
Girl, me too. I have two different types of pain. I have fibromyalgia pain, and I also have a multiple sclerosis. So I deal with pain every second of every day. It's just varying degrees of that pain. So it's crappy to extremely crappy. There's no good days for me. Red Delicious apples suck.
UTIs turn to bladder infections. Bladder infections can travel to your kidneys. Then you get kidney infection, and then you get kidney failure. It's a process. And every time I went to a doctor.
Okay. One Red Delicious apple is 125 calories, 30 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fiber, 22 grams of sugar. 22 grams of sugar. So Gala, 100 calories, so it has less, 10 grams of sugar. 22 grams of sugar versus 10 grams of sugar. Which one am I going to do? I'm going to grab the Gala every single time because that's only 10 grams of sugar. I'm going to continue with my searching.
They never did labs on me when I would go for this problem.
Yeah, but okay, you cannot blame the medical system for not doing labs on you. For one, you go in there, you are the deciding factor on what you want when you go into a doctor's office, and you tell them what you want. You say, I'm not feeling good, I would like to draw labs. Can we do that? If they don't do that, move on to somebody else. But I guarantee they will do it. So that's on you, Amberlynn. That's on you.
Like they never did. And I just thought that was so weird because labs can tell you a lot about your health.
Yes, they can.
I know there are channels reacting to me.
No.
Eating, which is so bizarre.
530 calories, 69 grams of carbs, 15 grams of fat, 37 grams of protein, 1,200 milligrams of salt, and 28 grams of sugar, 13 grams of fiber. So I can't nitpick this anymore just because this is probably exponentially better than what she was eating prior. The only thing that I would recommend is lowering that salt even more. So there's already salt in the tuna itself. Don't salt it more. And there's already salt in the mayo. Don't salt it more. So I think that's where she's hanging up on that. Or what I would do, cut up that pickle, add it to your tuna. That'll give you that extra salt you need. So, and I would change the apple, and then I would change the rice cake. But I mean, that's me. But other than that, I mean, this is a pretty good meal. So now that I have that out of the way and we know what she's eating right now, let's go on to her diagnosis because we still haven't found out about her diagnosis.
The whole night, last night, I was nervous. I have some more things going on with my body that I won't share with you.
She'll share. Just watch. She'll share. She always says, I'm not going to share, but she ends up sharing. So we're going to find out what those things are that are stressing her out.
Too. Mainly because it's like, I might have mentioned it in passing, which I later on regretted, but I'm worried about my health. You can only be this big for so long. until something tragic happens.
Right. So that was a good pause. So did tragedy finally happen for her to where she actually realized that? Um, I actually can't wait to hear what the diagnosis is because her idea of tragedy is completely different than my idea of tragedy. Plus, I'm also a trooper. I'm a fighter, and even if I get super bad news, like me being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, I still trudged on and did my best. That's my idea of tragedy. Cancer is my idea of tragedy. And that's one of the things if you follow my Instagram, I mentioned that my dad was diagnosed with cancer. We almost actually lost my dad. Um, the doctors were surprised he made it through the night. That's how sick my dad was. So that's what I consider tragedy. Cancer. And, multiple sclerosis or um, diabetes. There's any autoimmune disease, anything like that, that is what I consider a tragedy when it comes to the health department. So I'm very, very curious of what she considers a tragedy, and we'll see if we'll just go on. We'll go on, because if I continue to talk about my dad and my health and all that stuff, I'm going to start crying, and I don't want to do that. And just FYI, my dad was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, which is a blood bone cancer, and there's only one cure for multiple myeloma, which is a bone marrow transplant. And the doctor said that is not an option for him because he will not survive it. So the only cure for my dad is something that will actually ultimately kill him. So he is now taking an oral pill, oral chemo, and he is going in for injections once a week until he hits remission. But doctors told us when my dad was still in the hospital, if he doesn't respond to the chemo, they give it a month. If he does respond to the chemo, we're looking 1 to 2 years. But my dad's so stubborn that he's probably going to eke out at least 5, But so far he's been doing well. We don't know how long he's going to be on these meds. He's going to have to take it until he's in remission, and if he doesn't ever go into remission, he's going to take it until his last days. So, yeah, that's my idea of tragedy.
What worried me the most is they called me after hours. So I was thinking something in my labs were bad, okay? Something did show up, okay? The only time something has ever showed up in my labs is every time I have cellulitis. Because, obviously,
Her smacking her lips drives me nuts. Let's just get on with it.
Infection. And usually I have a very...
It's morning, and my son is always good about making sure that I have my coffee. So this is my first cup of coffee today. The only thing I've eaten or drank today has been water, my meds, and this 1 cup of coffee.
high white cell count in my blood. And that's the only time ever I've gotten abnormal labs done. And when I say labs, I mean getting my blood drawn. I'm sure everyone knows that already.
Yeah, everybody knows that. That's some of her condescending behavior that I don't appreciate in Amberlynn, because she'll state something and then she's like, I'm sure everybody else knows that, just say labs. Don't bring in this other stuff, because she could be very condescending, and Amberlynn does not piss me off like Chantal. Oh my gosh, that woman drives me nuts. But I do feel that Amberlynn Reid has the tools to lose the weight on her own. I don't see Chantal succeeding. And yeah, she's losing weight, but I still don't see her succeeding. I see her falling back. And I always said I thought it would be quite hilarious if Amberlynn Reid lost enough weight to be on the same weight as Chantal, because Chantal uses Amberlynn, well, at least I'm not the size of Amberlynn Reid, blah, blah, blah. I think it would be hilarious if she, lost that 150 pounds or so and got to the same weight as Chantal, and then she has no leg to stand on. She has nobody else to compare to, except for Jen. But Jen's doing good. She's losing weight too. And now Jen, she was diagnosed with cancer. And she was told that she has to lose weight to be able to have the surgery to remove the cancer from her body. So she made the life decision to change. That was a tragic moment in her life to make her want to change. So I'm still very curious as to what she's going to say, but she's such a slow freaking eater that we're probably not going to find out until minute 25. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Hopefully it's soon
Which
enough.
I've been very grateful for my body. Never getting back bad labs.
Okay. So she can't be hanging up on the whole labs thing, because I can even pull up my labs if you guys want to see. I can pull them up. My labs come out perfect. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have high cholesterol. I don't have diabetes. All my labs come out perfect. The only thing that doesn't come up perfect is my white blood cell count and my lymphocyte count. They are extremely low, but everything else is right in that range of healthy. Nothing else comes up. So, but I have a serious illness. So she can't be sitting there saying, well, my labs came out great. There could be other stuff involved that labs can't find. So that's a moot point to me. If you looked at my labs, I get praise from every doctor. Yes, I'm size fat, but I get praise from all my doctors because I do not have any of those other issues, except for my white blood cell and my lymphocyte count is low. That's the only thing that ever comes up in my labs. That's it. Everything else is perfect.
My first thought was, well, I had two. Something really is wrong with my kidneys, which they'd be able to detect in the labs, or I do have diabetes. Neither of those are it. Like I said, I was fasting. I don't have diabetes. I'm not even pre-diabetic. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. It didn't look like anything's wrong with my kidneys. Okay, so that's good stuff.
I'm waiting for this massive bomb to hit because of the way she's acting. She's going to tell us. You could see in her face, she's like, oh, okay. She's going to tell us what her issues are, even though she said she wasn't going to do it. I'm still waiting for that bomb to hit. I'm still waiting for that life-changing moment that would happen to her for her to fully make the transition to lose weight. I guess let's just see. Let's see how long it'll take. We're at 20 minutes now. I said maybe we might find out in 25. It's probably not going to be till minute 30. Run. Eat faster. Eat faster. Let's just get to the news.
Bad stuff, in my opinion, only because I've always gotten good labs. Let's do the lesser of the two evils.
So she's calling them evils. So basically, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Let's see what she's going to do. I'm waiting. Tell me.
I have a very bad vitamin D deficiency.
Okay. Thoughts on that? Vitamin D does affect a lot of stuff. especially if you're deficient. Basically, she's holed up in her house, so she doesn't get a whole lot of sun. That's probably most of it. But things, autoimmune diseases, you're typically vitamin D deficient. So, like for multiple sclerosis, they say that you're vitamin D deficient. But for me, my vitamin Ds are just fine. So vitamin D deficiencies are normally precursors to something bigger. For example, multiple sclerosis, or lupus or rheumatoid arthritis. Those three are all on the same spectrum when it comes to autoimmune diseases. So lupus, multiple sclerosis, and rheumatoid arthritis are all on the same playing field for autoimmune deficiencies, and vitamin D is one of the ones that pops up in your labs. So let's see what pops up. She's saying that that's the least of the two evils, so I'm kind of wondering if something big is that she was diagnosed with. But wait, so she can't be diagnosed with multiple sclerosis without having an MRI, and she just had labs, and you can't get a diagnosis with labs for that. Most things that are bigger, you can't get a diagnosis with just labs. Labs is only going to tell you what you're high on and what you're low on, or if you're right in the middle. So I think she's just dramatizing all of it. I don't think she has anything bad except for maybe diabetes or something else that would pop up in her labs. So let's just see where this goes. Vitamin D deficiency, she says, is the lesser of two evils. So the other one has to be really bad. If she's I don't know. She's considering this as being an evil. That's fixable. That's fixable. Vitamin D deficiency is fixable. There's no cause for drama around that.
Not surprised. For something like that to show up in your labs, you must be pretty freaking low, because
No. It will show up in your labs even if you're 2 milligrams lower or whatever than what you should have. It'll show up in your labs saying, oh, you're a little bit low. So you can't say it has to be that bad to show up in your labs. I'm sorry, honey. That don't fly. I'm going to have to pop in my labs, for crying out loud. Yeah.
I have been told by several doctors in the past that it's very common for a lot of people to be low, and like, do you have nutrients, vitamins, like whatever, but it's never to the point where, oh my god, you gotta take this pill, that pill, this pill, that pill. So what my doctor did is she called in an actual prescription for vitamin D that I have to take one time weekly for 8 weeks. And I'm just like, okay.
Just suck it up and take it, lollipop.
I'm shocked. But that's not where it ends. And I
should make a t-shirt with that. Suck it up and take it, lollipop.
know a lot of people probably,
I don't know why I said it.
That's all that's
It
wrong
just
with
popped out.
You have, like, vitamin D can cause depression. It can cause, like, low vitamin D, sorry. It can cause a lot of, like, side effects. And so can thing that I'm about to tell you guys, which actually scares me more.
Come on, out with it. How many minutes are we? 22 minutes.
I just felt
Let's see how close I am before we find out.
Taking it back a little bit.
You're taking it back over vitamin D deficiency. That's not a big deal. That is fixable. That's treatable. Like I said, she gave you medication that you're supposed to take once a week for 8 weeks. That means your vitamin D deficiency is going to be just fine after 8 weeks. She's making this seem like she has some crazy illness. Okay, we'll see.
Hey, this is the life I wanted for me.
Over vitamin D deficiency?
Everything already scares me, you guys. I have, like, a fear about everything.
Obviously, because she's dramatizing this whole vitamin D deficiency. Girl, you don't know what sick is like.
So,
You do not know what sick is like. Okay, here we go. 23 minutes.
like I said, this one doesn't surprise me. Sorry. I was looking down at my puzzle because you guys again are sitting on my puzzle.
She's like the dog in Up. Squirrel!
I am anemic.
So, is that the other two evil? The lesser of two evils was the vitamin D deficiency, and now her other thing is anemic. Is she gonna state on if there's something else involved or wrong? If this is what she considers being massively huge, those are all treatable things. If you're anemic, you get put on iron. You need to go outside. You know, I this better not be the bigger of the two evils. This better not be the bigger of two evils. Because being anemic isn't going to kill you.
That scares me. But yet I'm not surprised.
Being anemic and vitamin D deficient scares you?
Because there is something.
You ain't gonna die, woman.
I know exactly what's causing it. Point blank, period.
Okay, what's causing it? Tell us.
But being anemic is no joke.
Being anemic is no joke. What? Oh, I have things that I want to say. She has no clue what being ill is like. None. She has no clue. So her saying that these are pretty big deals, being anemic and having a vitamin D deficiency, this is ridiculous. I'm highly pissed. Because these are treatable. Are you kidding me right now? My illness, there's no cure. The only cure for my dad's cancer is a bone marrow transplant, and it will kill him. Those are bad. Lupus is terrible. Any person that is watching this that is a cancer survivor or dealing with cancer, I guarantee they're going to be pissed. Legit pissed over these statements. This is not a big deal, Amberlynn. Get your head out of your ass and suck it up. Take the pills that you need to do. Get better. But I'd be damned if this is a major crisis or two evils in her life. No. No, 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 no. No. Oh,
I know a lot of people out there are anemic, so don't come for me. This is just new news for me. Oh.
She's dramatizing this for the views. That's exactly what it is. She's drawing this, just drawing this out to make it seem like a really big picture and a really big issue, and it's not a big issue. Not at all. Never. Not a big issue. It's not. It's all treatable. All treatable.
They want me to get a multivitamin with iron. Okay, first of all.
Okay.
If you guys have been watching my channel for 6 years, I have bought multivitamins upwards to 10 times, and not once have I taken them.
So now you're going to say that taking a multivitamin, which helps your anemia, is going to be a hindrance and a pain in the ass in your daily routine? Are you kidding me right now? You're going to sit there and complain about you being anemic, but you won't take the one thing that'll help you? with your anemia? Are you kidding me? She has no right to bitch about this at all. None. None. No right to bitch about this. Suck it up, Buttercup. Take your damn medicine. And don't you dare say this is an inconvenience to you because, oh, I've got so many multivitamins and have I taken them? No. Meh, meh, meh.
Maybe one time I popped one in my mouth. Because it's always a thought. Take me some multivitamins, oh, so healthy, but I never take them, okay? No doctors ever wanted a follow-up with me.
That is a full-faced lie. Amberlynn, I've been watching you for years, and I don't know how many times the doctor's like, oh, well, I want to follow up with you, and then you never go. For example, like your weight loss and your nutritionist, and there's so many things that they wanted to, I guarantee they want to do follow-ups. So she's talking up this
I wonder how rice cakes are made.
It's puffed rice.
Like, are those actual, like, rice?
Really? It's puffed rice. They put it in the oven. It puffs it. That's brown rice. Brown puffed rice. Have you ever had Rice Krispie treats? That's puffed rice. They also have puffed wheat. Oh, mmm. Diabolical. Who would ever thought? It's rice.
I feel like it's not. Because rice is kind of high in calorie.
Yep, but if you puff the rice, you have less rice kernels in there. Look at how big those rice kernels. If you compare the rice kernel to that puffed rice to a regular rice kernel, you're getting way less rice. That's why there's the calorie deficiency. That's why the calories are low in this versus she tries to make everybody think she's extremely smart, but then she makes dumb comments like this. And then I'm like sitting there going, really? I'm very smart, but I'm still learning. I love learning new things. I've always had a brain for facts and learning and thirst for that type of stuff. But Amberlynn is one of those condescending people that if she learns something, she tells it to you as fact, like she's known that her whole life, even though she might have just found out 5 minutes prior.
What do I know?
You don't. That's the problem. Oh my gosh, shut up, Zelma. Shut up. Drink your water.
I feel bad talking about these things because it's like,
You should feel bad oh my gosh, that face. You should feel bad talking about these things because there's a lot more people out there with severe illnesses, and you're sitting there talking about that you're anemic and you have vitamin D deficiency like you just was diagnosed with cancer. Are you kidding me? You should feel bad. You should.
there are worse things happening to good people out there than anemic
Than.
and a vitamin D deficiency. Like, it's so stupid when I say that.
Than, not then. Than is what you use when you're comparing something. Then is when you're talking about a time frame. And then we went to the supermarket. The caramel rice cake is better than the apple cinnamon rice cake. See what I mean?
If you're going through something out there and I made you feel frustrated or less than.
Less than.
I did not mean to.
Less than. Not then.
I know for me, sometimes, like, hearing someone's problem and it being so just, like, tiny compared to mine, sometimes I get.
She did not just say that. Sometimes, if she looks at somebody else and their problems are tinier than hers, she did not just say that. Basically, she's saying that what she has is worse than everybody else out there. Holy shit balls. Wow.
almost jealous of their problem, but then I have to realize that, like,
I'm jealous of your problem. I wish that the only thing that was wrong with me was vitamin D deficiency and anemia. Because I know those are two things that are fixable. What I have is not fixable. I will slowly decline throughout the years. Got it? No. No. Mm, I mm, I don't know if I can continue watching Amberlynn like this if she thinks that her problems is so bad. She has no idea what problems are like. None.
their problem and with their life and their body and mind and heart and spirit, that problem might be really big to them because my problems that I consider, earth shattering to someone else might just be like a tiny little blimp in the road.
Right.
So it makes me feel like kind of bad.
You're a tiny little blimp in the
Talking
road.
about all this, like I legitimately
A tiny
feel bad.
little blip in the road.
So if you're going through something medically wrong, I'm sorry, and God, why am I so, like, I'm only so annoying, I'm so emotional, because I know there are people who are watching me who reach out and talk to me about their health issues, and I'm going to end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hey guys!
I'll just leave it at that. Bye.